A lot of celebrities in the house. Thank y'all for being here. Want to welcome Ms. Eva Laredo in the house, the mayor of Magnolia. Also, Orlando Sanchez in the house, Rick Noriega in the house, Joaquin Martinez, Judge Essie in the house, Freddie Blanco in the house, Ms. Gracie Saenz in the house, Ms. V. Rodriguez in the house, Manuel Salinas in the house, Ninel Castillo Unísimo, Intervino in the house. All right, I want to turn it over to Gracie Saenz. Thank you very much.
So a lot of people are asking why and, what are you doing and what for? The deal is that our gente need us. If there is ever a time for us to come together and support each other and show how we can do it, there is no better time. So the idea really germinated through my husband, Al Castillo. And many of us came together at our kitchen table and we started asking, well, what do we do? Dr. Aranda, Blanca Blanco, Freddie Blanco, Jesse, Gloria, Patricia Cabrera, the list, Marina Guerra, Chris Chavez. All of us decided, we have something to share with everyone. And we know that a lot of you are already working out there and helping community like Jesse. Thank you so much for all the work you've done with Magnolia Grown. Like Stella Mireles with Safe Walk Home, all of these individuals who have one way or another been very supportive and helped us through some very difficult times as well. So let us begin. First of all, I would like to introduce our elected officials that are here today, and that is, first of all, Council Member Willie Davis. And I believe Judge Raul Rodriguez.
Judge.
Yeah. And Judge Amparo, Justice Amparo Guerra. And any other elected officials, Francis Glover. Oh, Eva Laredo, our Houston City Community College. Thank you, Eva. And of course, the president of our HCC in Southeast, Francis Glover. Thank you. First of all, we had put Daniel Saenz, who is going to be coming forward and speaking on SARE jobs and job training.
So yes, my name is Daniel Saenz. I am vice chair for SETA Jobs. I'm here with my fellow board member, Dr. Glover, so thank you so much for making it out. And SETA Jobs was formed over 60 years ago, originally founded by LULAC Council 60, which I'm also a member of, so I'm very proud to be both a member of the founding organization and now vice chair. For those who do not know, SETA Jobs works as a workforce solutions organization where we believe everyone deserves the opportunity to build a better life regardless of where they start. Many of our members are second chancers. Many of our members have decided not to go on to college, that are looking for other ways to earn a livable income. Over the past year, we have used a new strategy and have focused all of our training around construction. We've gotten some wonderful support from some of the larger construction industries, both through funding and job opportunities for our members. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe there's over 50,000 jobs waiting to be filled in the construction space. 50,000 livable waging jobs. And we are here to help those individuals get the training, get the workforce development, get the personal development into being able to land those opportunities.
Hi, everybody. My name is Blanca Blanco, and I'm also one of the members of SEEN, which is this organization that Al Castillo founded and had an idea about doing what we're doing here today. So it was really important, and it's called Super East End Network. So it's SEEN, S-E-E-N. All right. So So I'm one of the MCs here tonight. My name is Blanca Blanco with Viva Magazine Live and also a member and a community advocate here in the East End. And so it is my job here today to introduce a gentleman that we all know and we're very, very proud of, and we just love what he's doing out in the community. And he is going to be he is going to introduce our main speaker, our featured speaker, who is Johnny Mata, which is up here. So Tony Diaz, come on up with Nuestra Palabra.
And you may ask, why do we have an person introducing the person introducing the person introducing the person to be introduced, verdad? He is that level of figure. And I am so glad to convene with you. I just want to put this in context. And I want to let you know that perhaps this morning was called one thing. We're inventing something new that you might be familiar with, but I got to pause and make you profoundly understand why this is important and why we have to keep doing this. Here's the bad news first. Los voy a deprimir, entonces los voy a inspirar. So, right now, Our Lady of the Lake University in San Antonio, a private university, has dismantled its Mexican American Studies program. I thought they were immune because they were private. Not the case. University of Texas dismantling its Mexican American Studies program, Black Studies program, Women's Studies program, down the list. Texas A&M joins that list. Go down the list of universities. They are all doing that. I'm telling you this because we have to do what we used to do in this very room. You are in a historic building. This was one of the escuelitas. ¿Verdad? Well, let's clap for history. Thank you, Houston Media Source, for making us feel at home where we always staked our ground. And so now it's here. Yes, let's applaud for our gente, que nos desaniman. So here's the good news. Our culture did not die with the death of DEI. These rights were not given to us. If we're losing them now, bit by bit, we fought for every single one. And guess what? Here's the great news. Back then, there were maybe just a few Chicana lawyers, no? Now, montones, tons of writers, professors, thinkers, políticos. We're not that small group anymore. There's many of us. So guess what? It's too late. It's too late. And we're here to stand up for our rights in a joyous, beautiful way because we're on the right side of history. And guess what? We've got giants like Mr. Lulak, who was helping us back then for an organization that's over almost 100 years old. They know how to win when we're outnumbered, and it was against all odds. So please welcome one of the champions that lets us have our freedom of speech and explore our cultura, el mero mero, Johnny Mata.
Thank you. Thank you. I have been in the trenches for about 60 years. I was in two major accidents when I got out of the service. So when I was recovering, I could only do light duty or light work. So I spent 32 years in a party program. One of the programs that has Head Start in Minneapolis. But I'm going to tell you the civil rights laws that I practice, whether it's in the community action program or in LULAC or elsewhere, Title VI of the Civil Rights Act, non-discrimination on federally funded programs. Executive Order 11246, which this gentleman just spoke about. That dealt with contract compliance. It also dealt with quotas. The current President of the United States, it was an executive order, he abolished it. But they can do immigration, where they terrorize not only our immigrants that have put food on our table, but some of our own citizens that have been killed. The situation for all of us is democracy is at stake. Many of you have heard about Stephen Miller, the architect of immigration out of the White House. I have a resolution that's coming to remove him from office. He's not elected, but he's the one advising everybody about immigration. Today's a new day. Everything that is written on the 2025 report is happening today. We've been asleep at the wheel, whether it's been in the polls or in many other places. And I tell you, if that continues, we won't have a country. The Supreme Court, which used to be supreme, is stacked up just like they wanted in that report. But there's hope. Many of the regulations that are in the Civil Rights Act and the agencies are administrative. I don't care if you're on crutches or what. Election day, it's our responsibility to register. If you have to take your grandmother and your grandfather to the polls, take them, because every vote counts. We gotta maintain our sanity, our confidence in God, that things will turn around. But ayúdate que yo te ayudaré, but also help those that can't help themselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Johnny Mata. Everybody, let's give him another round of applause. You know, and just like Tony Diaz said, and Johnny Mata, and all of us here, every voice matters. Every single voice and every vote is going to matter. The purpose of today's meeting is gathering here to listen, learn, and work together toward the solutions that we're all looking for that will strengthen the East End and other areas of Houston and future generations. We have to look to our future, our young students at HCC. We have right here the premier educational system in Houston. Thank you very much, Eva and Dr. Glover. I appreciate it. All of us together, we can be very powerful and very effective, and that's what we need. That's right. Yeah, you're right. And that's, hey, we need to applaud ourselves for doing that. So like I said, every voice matters. And next, for the next speaker, we're going to have our Councilman, Willie Davis. Come on up, sir.
Well, good afternoon to all. First and foremost, I want to thank this group for the invite to come and share because of what we are doing in this room today. Much of what's going on in the black and the brown community, I still hold one major piece to it, and that's faith. See, faith, by the biblical terminology, faith is the substance of things hoped for, That was Johnny's word. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, watch, and the evidence of things not yet seen. So if that's faith, hope tied to it, then we don't have to be threatened by people who we think has the power. God has the power. God has the power. I don't care who you are. See, we got to understand where the power comes from. Now, let me tell you what I'm saying about this. Because it doesn't matter. It matters in a particular sense, if much as that's being removed from us as political, it matters. But it doesn't matter in the pretense of what we can gain and how sometimes when those things happen, what does it do? It brings us together. It unifies us. Listen, stay unified, not divided. Stay integrated and not segregated. God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Willie Davis. All right. Thank you, sir. You know, it's really true about what Tony Diaz said. There's Latino lawyers everywhere, isn't there, Tony? And you're going to want to meet this lady. She is the first Court of Appeals elected in 2020 after practicing law after 20 years. She is being named as a Latina Texas super lawyer, becoming the first Hispanic partner at her law firm and serving part-time as a Houston Municipal Court judge. And now she is where? She is the youngest sitting judge, originally appointed in 2005 at age 28 years old. You got to meet this lady. Come on up, Justice Amy Guerra. All right.
Good evening, buenas tardes. My name is Amy Guerra, and I proudly serve as one of your justices on the First Court of Appeals, which is located here in Houston, but we cover 10 counties, including Harris. So it's a huge district. So back when I was elected in 2020, I have to tell you that we had no Latino or African American judges on these courts. Okay, there are 18 of us on these courts of appeals that cover, as the council member was saying, the most diverse city and the most diverse area in the country, Houston being the most diverse city, Fort Bend, which is in our 10-county district, being the most diverse big county in the country. And yet, no Latino or African American judges. I am proud to stand before you as only the third Latina to ever serve on this court in its over 130 years. There are resources, and I want to share them with you. You probably already know, but of course there's Lone Star Legal Aid. There is Catholic Charities if you have an immigration issue. There's Houston Volunteer Lawyers that you can call. There is also Consejos Legales, which is a Spanish language, legal advice hotline that I used to participate in when I was a practicing attorney and can't now that I'm a judge, of this type of judge. So there are resources out there to get free or low-cost legal assistance. The Houston Referral Service can also refer you to different lawyers who, may operate in the area that you need. So I guess in all, I want to explain to you that, again, I know we've talked a lot about voting, and voting matters. Anyways, I want to tell you that I stand before you. I am the daughter of the first Latina to ever serve on any appellate court in the whole history of the state of Texas. And so I stand before you to have proudly served you the last almost 6 years. And I hope that you walk away from this completely knowledgeable about rights and how to assert yourself, but it all starts with voting. So thank you all so much.
Thank you, Justice Amy Guerra. All right. And we really got some powerful women lawyers. So the next lawyer coming up she is one of the top lawyers, immigration lawyers in the state of Texas. You got to meet this lady. Her name is Oralia de Luna. Where are you, Oralia? Come on up.
We are living in very dark and uncertain times in this country. I'm sure we all see it, and a lot of us have lived it. especially for immigrants and their families. There's a growing sense of fear of the unknown, fear of enforcement actions, unfortunately, and fear of what may happen at any moment. But today I want to share some information with you of what your rights are and what you can do if you ever face encounters with ICE, including situations where agents come to your home, they knock on your door, what to do, or if they attempt to detain someone in your family. So we all know, and I know a lot of the speakers before me have basically said that knowledge is power, and it really is. So it's good to know what your rights are, and understanding your rights can make a critical difference in protecting yourself and your loved ones.
Thank you very much, Oralia. I appreciate that. Thank you. I want to acknowledge State Representative Cristina Morales just arrived. Hi. She'll be up to speak in a little while. Okay, so now we've got some really powerful women, don't we? Come on, let's. Okay, our next speaker is a lady that just took it upon herself to find an organization after the I guess it was a stabbing or killing of Josue Flores on the north side. And this organization has become very, very powerful and essential for students going into school, the first day of school. It's important that they know that the community supports them and we're there to take care of them. So come on up, this powerful lady, Miss Stella Mireles, the founder of Safe Walk Houston.
Do you know what you can do? Anyway, good afternoon. Do you know what you can do when you don't think you have any power, but something motivates you that just grips you? You can do anything you want to do, right? That's right. And that's what happened. That's what happened to me. I was born here in First Ward, the bloodline of Mireles and Poncio, which my cousin Johnny Mata, we're in the same bloodline. He's my cousin. People that look like me, your voice does have power, but you don't know it. I didn't know it. You know what I found out? I vote. You can register to vote. You know what I can do? Hello, I'm a voter, and I live in your district. And I ask that no other child here in this Northside community will lose their life again because it's been neglected. Come join me, partner with us, expand Safe Walk Home. I've been doing this for 11 years, welcoming with my partners and with our members, HISD First Day of School event. I want you to stand by my side. Thank you so much, Houston.
Yeah, let's give Stella a warm applause because, I mean, she stood up. She stood up for Josue Flores. And we need more, and she wants to start Safe Walk Houston right here in the East End, and we need to help her do that. All right, Stella? You want to know more information, go to her table that's back there. Talk to Stella. She'll give you all the information you need. Okay, the next person, we got some really powerful women here. This lady has consistently demonstrated impactful community leadership through her dedication to public service, educational advancement, economic empowerment. She doesn't stop. As a Houston Community College Board Trustee and Western Union Director of the National Association of Community College Trustees, she championed access to quality education, advocate for underserved populations. And she founded the organization, her appropriate business, GO, Strategic Consulting and Management, and the nonprofit PEACE, P-E-A-C-E, highlights her commitment to youth enrichment, STEM education, and community development. Her leadership in initiatives supporting minority and women-owned businesses, as well as her recognition as the LULAC District 18 Woman of the Year. No, this is District 18. Oh, okay. All right. So I was just reading what you wrote. All right. Underscore her influence in fostering inclusive growth and opportunity. Her career is marked by a deep commitment to building stronger and more equitable communities. Help me welcome Diane Olmos Guzman.
Muchísimas gracias, Blanca, and welcome to the East End. I remember when I used to dance on this ballet here at the age of 5 years old. No, hombre, this is an icon. This has to stay in our community as part of our culture, our history. And the thing that we have to do the most is fight for what we want. Always. Hablen. Like my mother used to say, tienes boca, úsala. So what I wanted to say here is that one of the most important things in our community is quality education. We have fought for quality education since I can remember. We got from the little school of 400, Head Start. Head Start is under attack, y'all. We've got to fight for it and save it. You know, if it wasn't for our predecessors like Johnny Mata, like many of those Magnolia leadership icons from here, including my father, A.B. Olmos, and others like Alfred Hernandez, and the Hernandezes here. Oh, even Pancho Partida, you know? Those were all Magnolia grown, if you will, heavyweights. And they made headway in developing, you know, get out the vote. But anyway, thank you for being in my home, my backyard, my love for Magnolia Park, where I grew up. And I was just down the street at Immaculate Heart of Mary, where I went to Catholic school, because I was in a retreat to be a catechist. I'm going to be teaching young middle schoolers about their faith. And I'm excited about taking that next step in my life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Diane Olmos Guzman. All right. So, you know, this lady doesn't need any introduction, but I'm going to introduce her anyway because she is deserving. She proudly serves the Texas State District 145. You know who I'm talking about. She's a lifelong East End resident, a business owner, a dedicated public servant, and I've seen that myself. I mean, I can testify for that. Representative Morales has been a strong advocate for working families, public education, healthcare access, small businesses, and the communities she represents, because she's always in the community, because I see her regularly. Her commitment to service and her deep roots in the district continue to make a positive impact on Houston and the state of Texas, and we're honored to have her here today. Let's have a warm welcome to State Representative Cristina Morales.
This is exactly what we need right now to bring our community together. Listen, there's a lot going on, and I do want to be very candid because that's just my style. I can't sugarcoat things. There are hard times right now. I found out yesterday, I believe that Mr. Lorenzo Salgado Araujo was a part of District 145, the one that I am so honored to represent. You know, without giving away their privacy or anything, I believe he was my constituent, and it just brings it that much closer to home. It's heartbreaking what has happened. People are worried about grocery prices and gas. So now is the time for us to come together and have conversations just like this one. And it just warms my heart to see this room full of people. So I'm trying my best not to be here to talk politics because I know this is a nonpartisan space, but what I've learned is that fear divides us, and we need to bring us together. And let me tell you, our communities have dealt with a lot before.
Right.
And we can survive this. We have dealt with floods. We have seen people in our community. Stella was just here talking about Josue. We've seen things happen, tragedies, and we've dealt with a bad economy before. But when we come together, we survive. And I can tell you one thing about our gente, we are freaking resilient. Lives are on the line. Our lines are being drawn in crazy ways. So my job right now is to fight for accountability in the Texas House so that Republicans and Democrats are forced to work together and make sure that we don't just willy-nilly redraw lines. I saw that our congressional candidate was here. I saw Leticia in the back. Hey, Leticia. This district was not drawn for somebody like her to win it. Let's keep that in mind. And the questions we should be asking candidates, which I'm asking candidates that I'm supporting as I'm going around the state, is what do you think about what's going on with ICE? It is inhumane.
It is.
It is inhumane. And no party should be okay with that. We should know who killed Mr. Salgado Araujo. We should know that right now. We need every kind of investigation and everybody to come forward with information. But right now, people are even scared to call the police, and that's not good for anybody. Let's get everybody out to vote because Latinos still don't have the power when it comes to voting yet. There's a lot of work to do, so come and join me. Come and help me. Muchísimas gracias.
Yes, and go vote. Don't forget to vote. We got to keep moving. We got a lot of speakers that want to come on. The next now this is un Latino, okay? So we're going to get to the guys now. Okay, Judge Raul Rodriguez is the presiding judge of Harris County Criminal Court Law number 13. Was elected in 2018 and re-elected in 2022. He was born in Monterrey, Mexico. All right. And he and his family immigrated to Houston. You see, we are important, even immigrants, all right? We become lawyers, doctors, and judges. He graduated from Reagan High School and received his bachelor's degree in business from the University of Houston and graduated from South Texas College of Law. Became an attorney in 1992. I want to introduce you to Judge Raul Rodriguez. Let's give him a warm hand. All right, Judge.
Oh, thank you very much, Blanca. I really appreciate the introduction. My name is Raul Rodriguez. I am the judge of Harris County Criminal Court Law number 13. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk. I'm going to be brief. I don't want to say too much. One of the things that I do want to say, though, is as many in this community are, I'm an immigrant. My parents immigrated from Mexico when I was 2 years old. And they first lived in the Second Ward. So they were in Second Ward, but I grew up in North Side. So I consider myself, like many in our community, as one of the original dreamers, because I was here when I was 2 years old. And as I was growing up and going to high school, one of the things that I've noticed or found out as a legal permanent resident, I couldn't vote when I turned 18 because I was not a U.S. citizen. So that propelled me to become a U.S. citizen because one of the things that I want to do is I wanted to vote. That was very important to me, is to go vote. And I'm proud to say that after I became a U.S. citizen at 18, I voted in every single election that has been done since I was 18. So I'm very proud of saying that. Last thing I want to say is, of course, what has been said before, please go out and vote. It's very important. I would not be here unless people out in the community voted for me, and I'm very proud to say that I'm one of the very few Latino judges in Harris County. There's 16 courts that are part of the courts that I preside of. Out of those 16, only 3 judges are Latino. That's it. And 40% of Harris County is Latino. So we need more representation. There's 4, I'm sorry, my wife said 4 Latino judges, but we need more representation of Latino judges in Harris County, because I see people come before me, and the majority of people I see are brown and black. But the thing that I see also is that I see that the individuals that come before me, especially Latinos, they see me up on the bench, and they look at me, and I look just like them, because I've been where they have been. I understand their plight. I understand the situations that they go through, and I empathize with them, and I try to do my best to do everything I can to make them feel comfortable and not afraid. So, Raul Rodriguez, Judge, Harris County Criminal Court Law number 13. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge Raul Rodriguez. All right, don't forget that name. All right, our next lady that's coming up to speak, she's an icon in our community. She's the Executive Director of Community Services, Community Family Services, and she's going to tell us all of the services that she provides for our community every single day. So help me welcome Maritza Guerrero, the Executive Director of Community Family Services.
Good afternoon to everyone. As mentioned, my name is Maritza Guerrero. I am honored to be in front of so many legends, so many leaders in this community, and I want to remind you who Community Family Centers is. It is Chicano Family Center for those especially that can connect to the times when this organization existed and continues to exist even though it's Community Family Centers. We are able to support our families with food. When they go, we have a distribution every Friday and pantry Tuesdays and Thursdays. We also have services for our youth. This facility brings me many memories because we were the first organization that provided early childhood education Montessori. That, for those that are familiar with Montessori education, that's about $1,700 a month. And today, we continue providing it in partnership with Besos Academy. So we're located on 7524 Avenue E, and this is at no cost to our children. The other service that we do have, and it's the youth program. We had the youth program in this building, as a matter of fact, where we would keep the kids in a safe environment, away from drugs, and being able to be, as a matter of fact, the parents could go out and work, because many of our parents are on hourly, or they may have lost a job, or they're reduced, or they can't come and pick up their kids. We also have workforce education, which we have been providing ESL, GED, community health worker program. Therefore, the success of every child, every individual, is the success of the community, of the Latino community, that we need to strengthen, continue to strengthen. And what I admire the most, as it is strong, and it continues to be strong. And this is why this is important, to continue to remind us that together we can.
Eso. All right.
I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Kyle Scott. He did a great job last time. Everybody, he's back by popular demand.
You have your property tax rate and the value of your property. And what I want to talk about here today is how to fight the rising value of your property. What we know, even if your house is paid off, year after year, the value of that home will continue to rise, which means your tax bill will continue to rise, which means if your income is not growing at the same rate that the value of your home is growing, you will lose your home. This is how gentrification happens. This is how people get kicked out of their homes, is because they can't fight their property taxes. You can look at the east side of the county. The lighter areas means we have fewer property protests in these areas. If you look at the dark blue areas, I'm talking Memorial and River Oaks, they have the highest level of protests, which means year after year, their values go up, but they fight their values so then they go down. This is the pathway to generational wealth. Now, I'm going to leave you with this. I'm elected countywide, anywhere from Baytown up to Hockley, from Alief up to Huffman, from Katy over to Jacinto City. And I'm not telling you this so you can vote for me, because I'm not running again. I'm telling you this because this position is on your ballot in November. Nobody's aware of it. It's going to be an extremely unfamiliar race to a lot of people. There will be more than 112 races on your Harris County ballot. Vote in all of them. Look for the Harris Central Appraisal District. Do your research, because it will depend on whether or not you can perhaps fight these property taxes to have a fair and transparent appraisal process. Again, I've eaten up a bunch of time. Some people in the back are having their own meetings, so I'm out. If you want some of these handouts, I'll be down there. Thanks, guys.
We're running behind. We want to get a good friend of mine and his project, H-Town Boxing. I'd like to introduce Jaime Sanchez to come on up. He has a vision of growing boxing, the sport of boxing here in the East End, and he has programs for the kids to get them off the street and try to give them a little bit of physical discipline. Here he is. He's got a couple of minutes.
Hey, how y'all doing, man? My name is Jaime Sanchez. I'm a proud Houstonian. Long story short, I was a product of my surroundings, right? My parents gave me what I needed, not what I wanted. Came back in 2021 from a beautiful story that I have. I came home to a grown son, and I saw what was going on. So we decided to start a promotion company, and from that, something beautiful was born. My 10-year-old started boxing at a gym down here on Lyons called H-Town Boxing. They did a summer program expecting 30, 40 kids. The first day, 165 kids showed up. Well, unfortunately, the funds that Jim was expecting never showed up. So me and my family and the Sierra family jumped into mix. We gave them breakfast, we gave them lunch. We started reaching out to the community, to people we know. We got gloves donated, and we kept it alive all summer long. We got up to 225 kids every day showing up, all the way from 5 years old to 17 years old. We closed out the summer program. I got a hold of a promoter from Mexican wrestling. So we had Mexican wrestling in the barrio right there in Fifth Ward, right there, people flopping and everything there, having a good time. I was invited here by Mr. Gracie, Mr. Al, just to show what me and my family are doing. We don't have no backup. Y'all are the backup. And we just asking you to come through, come see what's really going on, come talk to these kids, show them that they matter, show them somebody's there for them, and show them that, man, just, you ought to see the look in these kids' eyes when they get there and they look at you for a taco and they look at you for some encouragement, for some hope. I was that kid. I was that kid going to Georgia Brown just to get a meal. And that's what I show my kids. They're blessed not to have that. But we will be the next Georgia Brown. Or we will be the next people that are there. We're here for y'all, man. They're there. All we got to do is just build it and they will come, like that old movie. So I want to build a compound. I want to build a compound where I want to give all year long free training classes, work with mothers. Let's fight diabetes. Man, that's the biggest killer we got. I mean, I'm not pointing nobody out, but man, let's teach us to survive. Not only just go work a 9 to 5. Health, education, how to fight for ourselves with ourselves. That's the best thing I can say. So thank y'all for your time. Have a blessed time.
Are y'all enjoying learning about your culture? Yes? Yeah. It's one. You want to know more about your history, maybe? You think maybe every day in school our students should feel like this, should learn about this? Well, we've got to take it into our own hands like you're doing today. I'm very proud of you for convening to spread this. We called it a few things, it's many of that, and I want to tell you that Nuestra Palabra, Latinos Having Their Say, which I founded in 1998, you might think we're just about writers. We're about all of us telling our stories in any manner possible. We've deconstructed a book festival and built it up again so that we can make it accessible to everyone. So it's our Houston Text Fest. So this is not your typical book festival. One of our sponsors is the elite institution, Rice University. And I'm bringing that up as a segue to our next speaker. He was a little vato, un chiquillo running around here, ¿verdad? Who dreamed about pursuing education. He went on to study at the most prestigious university, Brown University. But ain't too many brown people at Brown University. But he came back with his PhD. He is a tenured professor at Rice University, which is major. One of the few Chicanos who's tenured at any major university. And he has been a big champion to all of us. He supports our culture, our community. And I love it that on a Saturday, on a really hot day, he's not in the ivory tower. He's not on the East Coast where he could be. He is here with us to celebrate his community and our community. Please welcome someone that makes us so proud in every institution possible and still knows his corazón pertenece aquí, Dr. Jose Aranda.
So my name is Jose Aranda, and I grew up in this barrio. Over time, my family lived on Avenue J. We lived twice on K, once on Hedrick, and once close by on 75th, and finally in Avenue F. It's such a pleasure to be here with all of you at the Y, the historic place in its own right, as Tony mentioned earlier. This is the site of the first National Chicana Conference, La Conferencia de Mujeres por la Raza. It happened way back in 1971. I often wonder at the impact of that gathering on people and children like myself and my sister, who's right here next to my wife Krista, and my brothers. We were living on Avenue F. I think I know that part of the impact was precisely on the topic of education. And they dreamt about us kids and the next generation. But not all of us got to access the education that they dreamt of, and nor do they access things today. And so let's repeat the obvious right now of the current political situation here in Texas and nationally. It's all but true, right? They're closing the schools. Franklin Elementary is closed. It's all but true that HISD has been taken over by the state. It's all but true that our state universities are under increased pressure from a very conservative state legislature. Yes, Tony said it, they've eliminated Mexican American studies, they've eliminated women's studies. They're going after any place there's any kind of analysis of our communities, of our history. Why? Because we know from practice that once you have an analysis, you have a critique. Once you have a critique, people move with action. And so this has been threatening for over 60 years, and now the people who are there in power are taking away what is rightfully ours. We must practice and cultivate a culture of learning, of civic pride, and civic responsibility. When a child is curious to learn, let's figure out how to feed that curiosity, not starve that curiosity. Like those of us who came before and made a difference in our young lives, I know we can all make a difference for the Raza youth. Somos tercos for a reason. We all come from a long line of very stubborn people, and that is a good thing. Thank you. Gracias.
Well, Ruben, I want to thank our host, Gerald LeBeau, the president, the executive director of the Houston Media Source. Thank you very much for the lending of the property, the sound equipment, the stage. Thank you, Gerald. Thank you, Houston Media Source.
Okay, my name is Ruben Gonzalez, and I'm a licensed Medicare broker agent. What does that mean? That means I do have a license that I can represent several insurance companies and provide you with the best possible solution for your Medicare needs. Insurance companies are going to find creative ways of trying to lower the cost. How do they do that? They lower our benefits and raise the cost. So it's going to cost you more to go see a doctor. It's going to cost you more for your prescription drugs. They're going to be looking at reducing the benefits. I mentioned that before, but they're looking at cutting costs specifically on dental, your vision, your hearing. Your gym memberships will probably be eliminated. For some of you that don't know, I am a member of the Senior Citizen Club, and I do receive free gym membership, and I use it 3 days a week. The government wants to keep the seniors healthy, so they encourage us to go to the gym. It's much easier to pay for a gym membership than it is to have medical bills. Review your annual notice of change that you receive at the end of September. You should receive it. Look at the comparison.
I'm here to introduce you a new member of the coalition, Mr. John Mitchell Celeste.
All right, thank you so much. Pleasure to be here with everyone. My name is Jean-Michel Celestin. I am with Houston Haitians United. This organization is here to do exactly what you guys are here doing today. I particularly made some time to come here. I was invited to come here, and I particularly made the time to get here because for me, it is super important for us as a people, black and brown people, to unite more than ever. What they're trying to do is keep us divided. Today is Haitian. Tomorrow, I just came out of a meeting as of today. I'm hearing that El Salvadoran is going to be next. So it's, as you can see, it's a process that they're doing. And if we don't unite and let these people know what we stand for through our voting, as they've been saying it and through the beginning of this meeting, they won't respect us. And it's time that we stand together as a people and let them know we had enough. America believes liberty, justice for all. Today I said liberty, justice, and humanity for all.
I want to congratulate Blanca Blanco. She has a new show on Channel 11, Sundays at 4:30. Viva Houston Live. So congratulate Blanca. Sundays, 4:30 in the morning. Make sure you record it, and it's covering all the topics of going on in Houston. Blanca, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Jesse. It's at 4:30 in the morning. Put your DVR on, set it for 4:30 because nobody wakes up at that hour. I know that. So record it and watch it later. All right. Thank you for your support.
I am so proud to have Mr. Brandon Cofield from the Probate Administration Office. For the first time, Harris County is actually having someone in that office that is coming out into the community to talk about probate, which unfortunately all of us at one point or another is having to face. Brandon?
The reason why probate is so important, really for a number of reasons, but one of the main reasons is there's this thing called the Great Wealth Transfer. So economists are anticipating over the next 2 decades that there's going to be roughly $120+ trillion that are going to be passing from the silent generation and baby boomers to Gen X and millennials and ultimately Gen Z. But at the same token, 81% as of 2022, 81% of Hispanic folks do not have an estate plan, 77% of black folks, 61% of white folks. So that means we're looking at trillions of dollars passing, but we are not prepared to receive the fruits of the labor of generations past. I think everybody here, you know, you work hard partly to have fun, but also because you want your kids and those coming behind you to have it a little bit better, right? We want to give them a little bit more of a kickstart. And I think with that in mind, that's part of the reason why Commissioner's Court created this office. I only have a very short time today, but I do want to briefly talk about some differences, and maybe I guess I'm gonna say, you know, wet the palate about the probate process, because everyone usually wants to know, how do I avoid probate? And if I can't avoid probate, how can I not have to hire an attorney? The Texas legislature, I did see Rep. Morales, I believe, in here earlier, They've done a lot of good things over the last few years to make the probate process accessible. Texas is probably one of the most probate-friendly states when it comes to cost of filing fees. Here, our filing fees are a flat $360, and so it makes sense there to say you need to have a trust because a trust is a lot cheaper than probating a will in California. It's not a lot cheaper than here. So really just trying to combat misinformation. We have something called transfer on death deeds, a very, very powerful tool that allows you to sign a deed while you're living. You can always change your mind. You continue to own the property, but you live there. But at least your family members know, one, what your intentions are. Two, they don't have to go through probate so it doesn't get held up. So it's a great tool. And then another one is called a small state affidavit. Another great tool that can be filed. You do not have to have an attorney. And if the estate value, pluses and minuses, are less than $75,000, then you can usually use that small state affidavit tool. Standardized form, so it's a great tool. This is an issue that affects everybody, so this is something that we really need to make sure we put on the forefront. Thank you.
Okay, that was very good, Brandon. I'm going to introduce Carmela Walker. She's from the Houston Area Urban League. She was the she was the program director of Houston Area Urban League. She's been with them 17 years. She served with Congressman Sylvester Turner during his tenure.
I'm the legislative chair for the Greater Houston Coalition for Justice as well. Wanted to say that this facility that we're sitting in, I need the attention of everyone. I need the attention of everyone. This facility is getting ready to close if we don't back it with some manpower. And this, as you can see, it was such a joyous day. We have, folks from different organizations here. And this is such a cherished location and has such a rich history. And so we have to get behind it, behind the things that we care about, that we have to preserve for our community, because everything is going private. Privatization is on the rise right now in terms of wanting constituents to pay for things. And we're already paying taxes. So this is our place to come, to congregate, to build, to network. So I just wanted to say that to you. I know that I know that the council members are going to be having like some kind of talk back about this particular location. So if you hear information about this space, let's get on board, right? To back it, to sign whatever petition we need to sign, because it's a free space for us to come and to film. If we want to put things on record. So I'm gonna land right there with that. But I also wanted to talk with you. One of the reasons why I'm up here is because as a legislative chair and also tracking information, which I do through the Houston Area Urban League, we have we have like 50 partners that we partner with. There are some notable changes coming down the pike, and I need you all to hear it, because if we are not diligent about sending our information in opposition to this, we're going to lose our health care. I want you all to hear the amount of programs that are getting ready to close come this January 2027 legislative session. Statewide Interagency Aging Services Coordinating Council, Texas Civil Commitment Office, Texas Council for Developmental Disabilities, Department of Family and Protective Services, Texas Funeral Services Commission, Health and Human Services Commission, Texas Health Services Authority, Department of State Health Services, Texas Juvenile Justice Department, Maternal Mortality and Morbidity Review Committee, Governor's Committee on People with Disabilities, Prenatal Advisory Council, Public Health Funding and Policy Committee, Purchasing from People with Disabilities Program, Texas Workforce Commission, Texas Workforce Investment Council. And so these are the agencies that are getting ready to close. So just spread the word. Make sure that you keep abreast of some of the changes that are happening, because they're happening and impacting our communities. So I just wanted to say thank you so much. I love you. Appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, the Urban League of Houston. Now I want to introduce a lady here. She is with the Mission of Hope. Her name is Gloria Castro. She has a lot of services for seniors, and if you have anybody in your home or household or family that needs services, transportation, medical, they can provide all that for you. She's going to explain it all to you. Gloria Castro, let's give her a warm hand, please.
Thank you for inviting me again and having me here. And I am with a company that is called Mission of Hope. Mission of Hope has a lot of community resources for seniors and families. We're able to service people who need home care. A lot of us have our parents, uncles, grandparents that we're taking care of them, and we don't know that they can get help from the state. So we can help them get that help. If they don't have Medicaid, we will help apply for them if they qualify. We also offer hospice. Hospice is a word they don't like to hear a lot, but it is comfort care. We also help the people that don't have legal status for being here, because we are a non-profit organization. We have help for transportation to get you to your doctors, food, clothing. There's just a lot of resources that are out there.
Thank you very much, Miss Gloria Castro. She has all those services for family members and anyone that's senior that needs help. You know, we always have families that need senior health care. And, you know, we just need to refer them. Go to her table and get her card so that you can have that information. Okay, we're going to hear now from a lady that is going to be, she is very important from now until November. And they run Acción, Familias en Acción. Where's Ale Cajera? Come on, Ale.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alejandra Cajero, and I am the Texas Program Manager for Mi Familia en Acción. So Mi Familia en Acción is a national civic engagement nonprofit organization that works with the Latino, immigrant, and allied communities in an effort to promote social and economic justice. We do that through a series of programs. So we have a citizenship program where we help legal permanent residents navigate the naturalization process. We help them overcome challenges, whether it's language, lack of transportation, information, or also financial constraints. So we help them navigate. Those services are completely free. We also offer interpretation whenever they're ready for their interview at USCIS.
Appreciate that. We need all of that. All right, our next speaker right now is going to be a lady by the name of Leticia Monzano. Come on up, Leticia. She is the Director of Violence and Prevention and Training of the Houston Area Women's Center. And by the way, just so you know, on Viva Magazine Live on Sunday at 4:30 in the morning, I will be interviewing the director, the deputy director, CEO, Sonia Corrales. She couldn't be here today. That's why Leticia's here. We will be airing that show on domestic violence, and it was critical for all of us to watch that interview. It's important. Leticia, come on up.
So the Houston Area Women's Center has been around since 1977. We will celebrate our 50th birthday next year. In February, I was asked to speak to the cadet class of the Harris County Sheriff's Office right down the way where it used to be Talento Bilingüe and now Mecca. And when I started the class, I asked the cadets, how many of you have heard of the Houston Area Women's Center? 50 cadets, 0 hands. And so I can imagine that there are some people here today who have not heard about our organization, but we are your local domestic violence shelter and your local rape crisis center. It's also important for me to tell you that we could not do this work alone. When I got here, I saw Patricia Cabrera And I want to tell you that we collaborate with East End Communities, Ser Jobs, I just see Glenda right now, Barrio Dogs, Community Family Center, several organizations that are housed at Magnolia Multi-Service Center, and we provide services at St. Austin Center. So we do provide counseling services, legal advocacy, economic empowerment, and we offer housing and rental assistance out of St. Austin Center. We are in the community, it's just that people don't know about us.
This is the reason why we're here. Doge, remember them? The Doge cuts. They were early in the term, and it was a government subcommittee. And in the first few days, they cut the Education Department, USAID, the Food Aid, which is Food Aid globally, Consumer Financial Protection Agency, FAA layoffs, the CDC, FEMA, the FDA, HHS. 50% of the budget goes to the Department of Defense and Musk's interest, and we're paying for this. It's the many against the money and corruption, and we have the power, but we have to do it together through the voting participation. So get out there and vote early. Take your family with you. Tell your friends. We have to show up. Otherwise, we may not survive.
Thank you.